What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch with SC Weather. I hope y'all been having a great day. It's been a beautiful day really across the eastern U.S., especially the mid-Atlantic to the southeast, the southern plains, Texas. You guys have went from an ice age a week ago to in the 70s and 80s. It's incredible. Y'all guys really do deserve that because how froze up y'all are and some of the unfortunate situations that really occurred because of the cold air and the winter weather. But y'all are definitely thawing out. There's no snow cover left in Texas and the southern plains at all, but we're really going to talk about kind of what the models have been showing for really today and what's changed, what hasn't, and really what we can expect as we get into the early part of March. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Before we get going, if you guys have not subscribed, consider doing so. When it's slow like this, when there's not a lot of weather to talk about, the growth is obviously slow. So do me a favor, if you watch my videos and have not subscribed or you're a new viewer, hit that subscribe button, like the video, hit the notification bells. And it's just a great way to support me, and it's much appreciated, guys. Also, drop a prayer. I also do this thing where I use my platform to glorify God, and it's just a way to, like I said, glorify God from a platform to reach y'all. So if y'all have anything I can pray about, anything anybody else can pray about, definitely leave it in the comments. If it's unspoken, then definitely say that, and that'll take care of its own. And definitely do that. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of people trying to reach out and helping you. But let's get going. Let's talk about the weather. So let's look at satellite imagery right now. I've been showing this in the last few videos. It's really cool because you got the snow cover right here. You see you got the motions, the white that's moving, that is clouds. The white that's not moving, it's kind of fading away, that is snowpack. You're losing a little bit of it in Iowa, and you're really starting to lose it really in the Ohio Valley a big time. And really, there's not a cloud in the sky from the coastal North Carolina all the way to Oklahoma. Literally, like hardly any clouds at all. It really shows you how beautiful of a day it's been across the southern U.S. Just incredible warm weather. It's honestly just makes me ready for spring. I just want to skip straight to spring. I'm done with winter personally. Here in South Carolina, when you start to miss enough, you kind of dread the disappointment of missing when it comes to winter weather. It's just been so long here in my neck of the woods here in South Carolina that it's just not fun in winter anymore. But hopefully one of these days we'll get hit with winter weather again here in Columbia, South Carolina. But anyways, check out Texas. At this hour, some of you guys are in the low 80s, 70s around Dallas. It's crazy. Literally a week ago from today, Tuesday morning, I think it was -2 degrees in Dallas or something like that. Look at Arkansas. Fayetteville, Arkansas, I believe, was -20 Tuesday morning last week. This week, I think they got into the 70s or the 60s. It's incredible. I know that's a week, it's 7 days, but still, just really goes to show you how dynamic the weather here can be in the southern plains and Midwest. A lot of folks here in South Carolina like to talk about how if you don't like the weather 1 minute, just wait a day and it'll be different. But I try to explain to people that it's much more dynamic actually out in the Midwest and the southern plains than it is anywhere compared to the southeast. So, but you guys, it's a beautiful day really across the southeast too. Warmer air tomorrow. It's going to be even more beautiful tomorrow as it'll be a little bit warmer. We all get widespread 70s tomorrow. So we're going to look at the latest GFS. We're going to run through it. We remain dry all the way till Friday. And then we got like a little southern streamer here that really pops up and really throws some moisture across the entire really deep south here into South Carolina. It fizzles out. It's going to really make for a wet Friday, a wet start of the weekend. Saturday's weird. Saturday's going to be a time frame where the northern fringes of the southeast, the mid-south will see rain. It's going to start to get to a little bit of a zonal flow setting up here, which basically means that you got a flat jet stream up here. All the cold air's up here and the warmer air's down here. So it really makes for uneventful weather, if you will. You know, the cold and the snow is where the cold and snow is supposed to be, and the warm air is where the warm air is supposed to be. And you're starting to get to the end of February, the beginning of March, and you're starting to lose the climo period for favorable areas of snow starts to shift north. So you start to get just a string of systems, string of moistures that really starts to firing up here. You get this one, then you get another one. You're starting to get into this time next week. What happens with this system? This is a weird system that's showing up here. It really shows a massive area. A piece of the polar vortex just dips through here just in the northeast. It doesn't make it down south, but really just puts a core of cold air in the northeast, and I'll show you all that as far as temperatures. But check out the temperatures. We back it up, you're getting to Thursday. It's a beautiful day, but notice the cooler air. These are high temperatures Thursday. It begins to inch southeast, and really, I'm telling you, Florida is baking, but areas in the Carolinas and Georgia, I really think could potentially be a raw day. It starts to cool off in Texas, except the coastal areas. But this is just the operational GFS model, so we're going to see what kind of does. But really, Friday is shaping up to be a raw day here. But check it out. You get into Saturday, watching rain in this area, but how warm will we get this weekend? That's a question mark, but I really think it's still going to be a warm weekend. It might be a warm and muggy weekend across parts of the South, but look at Sunday. Sunday, we're starting to get 80s creep into the deep South outside of Florida. It might just be flat out warm. Let's flip it over to the dew points here, because this is very interesting, because if we have these upper 70s near low 80s with some higher dew points, which I think you're probably going to get, you're going to get some moisture that's getting, yep. So you're going to get some moisture that's trapped under this jet stream, and you got moisture flying around up here. You're going to have some humidity, actually, as we start to end February and get into March. So that's going to be an interesting aspect if we get into Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. We're starting to get a rise in the humidity mixing in with mild to warm temperatures. So it's going to be a little sticky maybe out there for late February, early March standards. But this is what I'm talking about here. This is an interesting little quick-hitting polar vortex, if you will, a quick-hitting punch of Arctic air for the extreme areas of the Northeast. But it is very quick. So there's going to be a big-time high pressure up here. It's going to be funneling in cold air from the Northeast. Will you get some kind of system here that flirts with this time frame? Not sure, but it'll be an interesting area to check out. But after that, it kind of gets into La La Land. Look at the Euro. We fly through this really quick. Here comes that system Friday, and here comes the string of systems that really sets up over the weekend to early next week. And really have to, it literally looks to be pretty wet for the southeast early next week. But we have to watch this little system right here that first with some Arctic air. But you look at the precipitation as far as the EPS ensembles, and you go through about, let's say, 240 hours out, and it really highlights the area of the Mid-South, Tennessee, southern areas of the Ohio Valley for a lot of heavy precipitation. So it's something we have to watch out for. Also, around this time of the year, you start looking for severe weather. Now, there is an area I'm watching that might be like a cutoff low kind of scenario that really might dip into the southern plains. We have to watch Texas and things like that for severe weather, but nothing's really being discussed right now much on it on the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center. So it's not much to talk about if they're not talking about, to be honest. Details are pretty much irrelevant at that point. But I also want to show you the GFS snowfall ensembles. Something to watch for is this little area right here. We'll interact with a quick-hitting Arctic blast that hits the northeast. Will it funnel in enough cold air with the system moving through here? Not sure. It's pretty far out, but that's what I kind of want to show you here. I've been showing this a lot in my video. That's that zonal flow I'm talking about. You got the jet stream riding right here. You got systems that kind of go around that, will go along that jet stream. And then you get some kind of southeast ridge that begins to flex a little bit on the southeast, bringing warm air for the latter part of the weekend. This would be warm and humid air. So it's going to be interesting to see if that happens. But look at this piece of this polar vortex that really just intrudes and slams the northeast. It's something we really need to watch out for. But that's that little cutoff low I'm talking about here. What is that going to do? Is that going to deliver a severe weather threat? Not sure. So it's interesting to watch. A pattern is unfolding. We're trying to figure out what's going to go on and as we enter early March, but I don't think we quite got it figured out yet. So stay tuned. Early March, I think, is going to be interesting for someone as we begin the transition seasons from winter to spring. So thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have an awesome night.